Parenting skills for the real world. Needs worksheet, yours, theirs, and anyone else worksheet. Again, this is in your workbook. You can go ahead and print that off or just have a digital copy. So, oh boy, the Venn diagram, it already had such a small amount of space for similarities, but what? Now we're going to have 3 circles that overlap. This could be yours, theirs, and anyone else. This could be you, your child, your spouse. This could be you, your child, your ex, who's also their father or mother. This could be you, your boss, and a coworker. This could be you, your spouse, and your mother-in-law. This could be a lot of different people that this is great to kind of do this with. So we're going to do one, because it's a parenting workshop, on you, your spouse, and your child. So you, hypothetically, like a clean sink. Your child would eat off the floor. I've seen it happen. Your spouse prefers dishes over the floor, doesn't care if sink is clean. Okay, so now we see everybody's unique aspect on it. So, how are there some similarities in between? So, your spouse and your child, dirty sink okay. They're cool with that. Your spouse and you, dishes, not the floor. So you both prefer to at least eat on dishes, not the floor, even though your child doesn't care, so that's fine. A similarity between you and your child at this point, clearly they would eat off the floor, and they don't care if the sink is clean, so that's okay. There can be no similarities on a particular situation that's going on. Thus, there's the reason for conflict. So, what's the one thing everybody has in common? We all like to eat food. Yay! I know, it's a stretch. We're digging deep, but that's okay. Because, look, that's where a personal preference conflict comes from. You might want to be able to say you were raised right and having a clean sink is the right thing to do. But there are many people who that is not the case. Or they will have dirty dishes and then they will do them after lunch or right before they go to bed. Some people leave dirty dishes in the sink and do them in the morning. Again, there really isn't a right or wrong. And when you come at it as a right or wrong versus a personal preference, that's where you see a ton of conflict, stress, and frustration. So, the ultimate thing here is you prefer a clean sink. And so, at this point, if you really have to dig deep, you may have to just be happy your child isn't eating on the floor. Because that could be a possibility. There are some parents working with special needs children that have no problem with that, when they're 10 years old. So this is a real thing, even though I kind of giggle when I'm telling you this. So it's important to look at this and see. So how would you solve this conflict? Well, we'll go into the breakout sessions for boundaries and thicker skin. And one of the things that I talk about is appreciating yourself. So this is one of those examples. You like a clean sink. So if you are the one who's kind of doing a few of the dishes more than what's the ones you made, acknowledge to yourself that you're doing this not for them, but for you, because you want a clean sink. That's why you're doing those dishes. So you don't need your spouse or your child to appreciate you doing any of the dishes, because you are appreciating yourself and creating something that you like. And remember, we come to love not by finding a perfect person. We find it by seeing an imperfect person perfectly.